break the bad sequel streak with Frozen 2. Or they should just let it go straight to VHS. Some franchises like Harry...
Yo, what's up guys, Prince Charming. We are going to be checking out the Odd One Out movie sequels on today's video. I'm actually a person who is not a big fan of movie sequels because I believe the original is always going to be the best because it was the most, unique, creative, original idea. The sequel just tries too much or tries to, it has too much hype to follow through with. It's a hard act to follow if you have like a smash hit the first time. It's hard to follow through with another smash hit because there's so much pressure, this and that, or it may just suck all around. So yeah, sequels are not my favorite thing. So let's go ahead and check out Odd One Out's opinions on movie sequels. I'm sure he doesn't really like them, but I'm sure he's gonna have some insightful examples on how the sequel was better than the original, because I'm sure that happens a lot of times where they have a first movie, it's not too great, and then the next ones after that are much better. Like Star Wars, for example, that's debatable. Some people say the original first movie was the worst, some people say it's the best. I don't know because I don't watch it. Don't forget, hit me with a like, subscribe, and go ahead and comment what movie sequel do you think was the worst. Man, it's so hard to think of it right now, like bad movie sequels, but I mean, if anything, off the top of my head, I'll have to say that Batman versus Superman, because it started off with just that was like a collaboration. Or I'll say Iron Man 2. That was a pretty bad sequel. That I didn't really like that. Thor 2, I didn't like that either. I'm only naming superhero movies. There's tons of bad sequels out there. I'm literally just can't think of it right now. But enough of me talking. Let's go and check out the Odd One Out movie sequels. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
Do you all remember that classic kids movie made in the 70s about a pig and a spider?
Charlotte's Web?
Charlotte's Web?
I said Charlotte's.
Remember how it made us a lot of money? Wait, didn't we already have this conversation? Yeah, we did. But we're remaking this conversation with better graphics.
Hollywood just remakes movies.
Yeah.
Facts.
Why would we remake something that's already good on its own when we could be making something totally original? Because, Ethan, we don't want to take risks, and this will make us more money. But won't it be obvious to the audience that we're only doing these remakes for the money? They'll watch it anyways.
They will watch it anyways.
I don't want you to think that I think that all sequels and remakes are bad. One of my favorite movies is a spin-off, and I'm very excited for the remake of The Dark Crystal to come out. And if you think I'm going to make a video talking about it when it comes out,
he's going to.
Absolutely correct.
So I just want to talk about that first point he made, that Hollywood really doesn't, do original movie ideas anymore, because it's true. You see all the remakes, the, revisions, the updates, director's cuts with new graphics and HD and 4K. It's all just to get more money out of you because they know you like the first one. The original already did good, so they know you're going to watch it again to get, the new storyline or the new plot, even the new plot, the new graphics. Like Lion King, for example. Lion King, you've known the plot. Everybody knew exactly what was going to happen in the movie. There was no shock. There was no surprise. Scar kills Mufasa, this and that. There was no shock value, but it's the fact that it's new. You have Beyonce in it. You got Donald Glover. You got him. That movie is just to make money out of y'all. But hey, it's Hollywood. Get your bag, because I know I would do the same thing if I knew I wouldn't have to put real thought into original idea and I can just collect the bag. Who wouldn't do it?
So Disney is remaking a bunch of classical movies into live action. They did it with Tarzan, Alice in Wonderland, and they did it with 101 Dalmatians twice. And as someone who enjoys cartoons a little too much,
don't watch it.
I think they remade Treasure Planet or Atlantis into live action.
What were you drawing?
These are underrated and have a lot of high-stake action-packed adventure that would be perfect for a reboot. And if they did get a reboot, it would introduce a new generation of kids to these awesome movies. But that's just
facts.
My opinion.
That's
I'm
facts.
sure Disney has good reasons for making sequels and spin-offs. Speaking of Disney sequels, I bet some of you forgot the very old straight-to-VHS Disney sequels.
Did not watch
I
those.
about them every day. You can have your own opinion on the Disney sequels, but all the ones that went straight to VHS are terrible.
Terrible.
Even The Lion King 2? That one emo lion was kinda hot. Did I stutter?
Bro!
All those sequels were technically done by a different studio.
Why did every girl like that
Disney
lion?
Finally break the bad sequel streak with Frozen 2. Or they should just let it go straight to VHS. Some franchises like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings have long overarching stories that are designed to have multiple installments, and as long as the studio doesn't stretch out one book into 3 movies, then those types of movies are absolutely fine. But I don't want to talk about those.
They made 3 movies out of The Hobbit.
Sequels to standalone films.
They really made 3 sequels to. They made 3 movies to The Hobbit, and The Hobbit is the shortest book out of all the Lord of the Rings books. Like, I read that book in what grade was this? 9th grade, 8th grade? It was pretty simple to read. And they got 3 movies out of that. 3 movies! How do you stretch a movie? How do you stretch a book out that much? Where the Lord of the Rings, each book had its own movie, but the shortest book in the whole Lord of the Rings thing, The Hobbit, gets 3 movies. That's just trying to get money out of you. And back to that Lion King 2 one. That emo one, I don't know. Kobu, that was his name. Why did every girl like him? I had a girl I used to talk to that had a crush on him. It's a lion. Do y'all not understand that? How is he cute? How are y'all crushing on a cartoon lion? That made no sense to me.
Now, I believe that a sequel to a standalone film can be done, but it's a delicate process. Because in the first movie, you establish the characters and the world they live in, then the protagonist has to overcome a problem, usually defeating a villain, and then the characters live happily ever after, and the story is all wrapped up nicely with a bow, and just what a nice story we got.
Disney
there.
formula.
I'm just going to set it down and watch it from time to time and not change it one bit. But then a sequel comes along and says, "Oh, you thought the characters lived happily ever after?"
You
and then
thought?
A nice bow and says there's another more evil villain who wasn't mentioned in the first movie for some reason. If a sequel turns out bad, it can devalue the original movie. There's a reason we don't talk about Atlantis 2 or Pocahontas 2.
I didn't even know those
Or
exist.
Hunchback 2 or Aladdin 2 or Cinderella 2 or Beauty and the Beast 2 or Tarzan 2.
I didn't know any of those
It
exist.
didn't happen. So that's why I'm always impressed whenever a good sequel is made. And a studio that I think does an amazing job at making sequels is called DreamWorks. But I've noticed a pattern with DreamWorks franchises that I've coined the DreamWorks trequel paradox. I think the right word might be trilogy, but I'm just going to say trequel. You see, DreamWorks has a track record of creating amazing sequels, but pretty subpar trequels. Here's what I mean. Now, keep in mind that these are not my opinion. These reviews are objectively correct facts. And also, I just want to say I know that these movies are kids' movies, but I like animated movies more than real ones. And I'm a cartoon character, so Shrek 1, great movie, great characters, great message, 10 onion layers out of 10. Shrek 2,
even better.
The first movie in history to be better than the original.
Exactly.
And it created the best music video of all time. I need 11 heroes out of 10. Shrek 3?
Ugh. Bro, why is this such facts right now? Because I didn't even watch Shrek the 3rd. I never watched it because I already knew it was bad. And didn't they make like Shrek the 4th or Shrek the 5th? I don't know how much Shrek movies they got. Shrek 2 was the first movie that was better than the original. I don't know how they did it. That movie was amazing. The soundtrack, amazing. They really did their thing with Shrek 2. No lie at all. Like, wow, I remember watching that as a kid. Living the Vida Loca, I Need a Hero, like, those were classics. The story was good. We need to give DreamWorks a round of applause for Shrek 2 because they really outdid themselves from the original movie, and that was unheard of.
Not in my swamp. Okay, I know we might not all agree, but here's another example. Kung Fu Panda 1, perfect movie. Any movie with anthropomorphic animals is always a win in my book. I think we have a best-selling franchise on our Panda Paws. Kung Fu Panda 2?
Didn't watch it.
Just as good as the original. How many sequels have an animated bird as a villain? Besides Stuart Little 2. So far we got 10s across the board, but then Kung Fu Panda 3 comes along and... I'm sorry, Jablinski, I just wasn't feeling this one. Which is why I was so worried for How to Train Your Dragon 3. And let's just say the DreamWorks trequel paradox didn't break its trend. However, there's one franchise that doesn't follow the DreamWorks trequel paradox, and it haunts my dreams. Works.
Pixar?
And that franchise is Madagascar.
Oh,
I remember loving this movie as a kid, and apparently I wasn't the only kid who enjoyed it because it made $193,595,521. So DreamWorks made 2 more of these movies.
Of course.
And created the thing that haunts my dreams. Now, personally, I don't really care for these movies. They're fine. I haven't rewatched them at all, so 5 out of 10. But there's another movie in this franchise.
Which
a movie
one?
that shouldn't be as good as
it is.
Penguins. And honestly,
the Penguins.
I'm a little embarrassed to admit that it might make the list of my top 5 favorite movies.
The Penguins.
I don't think enough people are talking about this movie, so I'm going to be the one who breaks the ice. that metaphor is relevant because we're talking about penguins and
Yeah! Penguins in Madagascar was good. Like, they actually took the small, like, characters that were in the original Madagascar movie and, like, gave them a TV show and a movie and everything. Well, I think it was just a TV show. I don't think they got a movie. And the penguins were interesting. They were funny. I liked them. Like, they were a nice team, bro. They were way better than the original Madagascar team. I don't even know where the original Madagascar team went. Did they go back to Africa or something? Or did they stay in a zoo? I don't know.
Penguins of Madagascar is the best movie that features penguins ever. Better than Happy Feet and Happy Feet 2, and it's 1,000 times more realistic than March of the Penguins.
Didn't watch any of those.
Where the penguins fall off an airplane and go hopping from one airplane to another. It's so entertaining, and it's all done in one continuous camera shot. So I'm not talking with a hint of irony when I say that this scene is a cinematic masterpiece.
I need to go watch this movie.
I remember when I first watched Penguins of Madagascar. It came out when I was 18, so I'm probably not the target demographic. But I remember after watching it thinking, wow. That was a good movie. And I didn't think about that movie again until years later on Halloween night 2018. I was in a Discord call with some friends who were also spending their Halloween night behind a computer.
Yeah.
And naturally, we were discussing which Madagascar sequel was better. Some people actually liked the second one, which was surprising. And I said, well, no matter what you think of the sequels, at least we can all agree that Penguins of Madagascar is better than both of them, right?
And they all disagreed with you.
Everyone in the call was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Instead of watching a scary movie that Halloween night, we all virtually watched a movie about penguins together, and I think everyone liked it.
What's also very important is having, like, friends that like similar movies as you, man, because I don't know what I'll do if my friends didn't like superhero movies. I don't know what I would do. Because Avengers and all that stuff, if I didn't have anybody to go see them with me or, like, anybody really talk with me, bro, damn, that would really suck. I would hate it. So it's cool that he has his own friend group that likes Madagascar, because I sure as hell didn't really care for it. Like, they were alright, but if anything, the movies that I really was messing with was Shrek. Like, the DreamWorks Shrek, and then Shrek 2, especially Shrek 2, that's all I really need. You can throw away Shrek 3, you can go ahead and throw away Shrek 4 if they made a fourth one, and I'm pretty sure they made a Puss in Boots. Throw that away as well.
Okay, let's talk about another studio, Pixar. Pixar movies do a good job at appealing to a wide audience. Kids like them because they're a cartoon, and adults like them because of their heavy themes like old people dying. Almost every movie Pixar has made has been a cinematic classic. Penguins of Madagascar, however, is not one of those emotionally inducing movies. It doesn't teach a thought-provoking life lesson. It's an hour and a half of penguins fighting an octopus, and I love it. Every morning when I watch Penguins of Madagascar, I feel like a kid again. I am jealous of the writing in this movie. Okay, there's one fart joke, but that's my only complaint. Now, do I think Penguins is better than all of these Pixar movies?
Hell no.
No, definitely not. But
Definitely
I do
not.
think this movie is really good, and IMDb gave it a 6.7 when it clearly deserves a 10. I don't know if this video convinced you to watch Penguins of Madagascar, but if you're retroactively looking for the next summer blockbuster movie to watch, then it's got my recommendation.
It looks
James,
like I have...
are you being sponsored by Penguins? I wish. There wasn't really a point to this video. I just wanted an excuse to talk about my favorite DreamWorks spinoff. So, in conclusion, I'm really excited for The Dark Crystal 2 coming out on Netflix. The show's being released on August 30th, which is coincidentally this channel's 5-year anniversary.
Ooh!
Expect me to work that day.
That was it for this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. 5-year anniversary for the Odd1Out, or the Odd1sOut. Congratulations, James, bro. Like, congratulations. But I think it's cool how he made a video, like, just to, you know, express his love for Penguins of Madagascar. It was a good movie. I liked the characters a lot, much more than the original cast of Madagascar. I will agree that Penguins of Madagascar was probably better than Madagascar. I don't know. I think it was because Madagascar had a lot of more animals to choose from, so you can, like, you know, relate to the giraffe or the donkey. Was there a donkey or a hippo? But I think we can all agree that Shrek 2 was definitely the best Shrek movie out of the whole 4 or 5, whatever they made. Shrek 3, Shrek 4, throw those away. Throw them all away except for Shrek 2 and Shrek 1, honestly, because Shrek 2, I need a hero! Like, come on. Can you not still hear that? Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, comment on this video if you want to reply from yours truly, Prince Charming. My name is Prince TheOdd1sOut. Stay charming, my friends.